Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Donkey Kong Country. In today's episode, we're going to be starting Monkey Mines and starting with Winky's Walkway. And so, who is this Winky and why does that sound so goddamn sexual, you may ever so ask though? Well, we're going to find out pretty soon. So you may have noticed that almost all the names of the levels here, they're all alliterations, so get used to it because that's very much, of course, for the Donkey Kong series. Alright, so this guy here, this next animal buddy that we have here, this is Winky the Frog. First of all, why the hell is a frog called Winky? But anyway, so what Winky does is that, he's able to jump on any kind of enemy whatsoever. Yes, including the zingers, and I didn't even talk about the zingers here, so you're going like, what the hell am I talking about zingers for? So, zingers are basically the wasp-like enemies that you'll see. We actually did see them previously in Congo Jungle, like this guy right here. Yeah, that's one. That's a zinger. Well, it's actually the red variant of the zinger. It's also the yellow variants, and what they do is that they just they just hover there and they prove as obstacles. And you can't jump on them either because they're spikes, because well, they have like so many stingers all over them. So jumping on them, then you get killed. So. The only way to actually kill them, though, is by either tossing barrels at them or your animal buddies will actually get them, too. Alright, so this one here, Minecart Carnage. This here is a minecart level, and unlike all the other levels here, well, actually, I will say this much, though. The only levels that do not have bonus stages are the bonus rooms. They're the water levels and also the minecart levels. So basically, like, if you actually go through the go those levels out in the bonus rooms, it'll still be marked as completed. You see the exclamation mark. So yeah, basically, if you like I said, whenever you see the exclamation mark next to the level names, that means that they're marked as completed because you went through all the bonus rooms, and that's actually what the whole 100% completion entails. Is that to get 100% completion, you'll have to go through every single one of the bonus rooms in each of the levels. You don't have to get all the other collectibles though. Just the bonus rooms is actually what matters though. But the only exceptions would be the water levels and also the minecart levels. So the minecart levels, they're all automated, like, they're all on autopilot. So you just go into this minecart and then you hop across this rather rickety and derailed rails here, which are honestly very dangerous if you ask me. But I gotta say though, like, I actually really do enjoy the minecart levels. And granted, they can be tedious sometimes, especially if you have to go from platform to platform and you're just having to go across these rails, which again are very dangerous though. And yeah, watch out for the minecart gremlins that you'll see across the way. Like, they will definitely ambush you. But I will say that, I actually really do enjoy it. I think they're fun. And, like I said, sometimes they can still, be tedious at times, though. But, again, I actually do have a lot of fun with the minecart levels. Because, that's just what they are. They're minecart levels. But yeah, all you do is that, you just, the only thing you ever do with the minecart is jump, which is honestly weird how you can actually be able to jump in the minecart, or they just have the ability to do so, or there doesn't even seem a button when in that minecart itself, but yeah, I really do find those minecart levels fun, and, they've definitely become one of the biggest staples of the Donkey Kong series. Like, basically in it, well, almost any kind of game that I know of in the Donkey Kong franchise would have these minecart levels. Hell, if you have ever been to the Super Nintendo World in Universal, no matter what park it is, although the one in Orlando, they actually do have in their Donkey Kong section, they have Donkey Kong's minecart, and honestly, I still have never been to the Super Nintendo World in Universal Orlando. Well, I mean, for one thing, I used to live right by there though, but I have moved out to Jacksonville, so. Because of that, then it's a couple hours away though. But whenever I had the time, I actually would really love to do to go on a Donkey Kong's minecart, because the roller coaster itself, because I've always wanted to try it out, because I just hearing about it, I couldn't imagine it was there, but there it was, so I do want to give that one a try. But I'd rather wait till the temperature is lower enough, because by the time this is uploaded, it's still technically spring, but it is getting pretty close to summer, and therefore, it would be fucking balls to the walls hot outside, and I'm like, ugh. Having to go to theme parks in Orlando, and just having to suffer through the heat, ugh, no thanks. I mean, I may be a Floridian though, but I just don't want to have to deal with the heat so much here. So watch out for these bouncing critters here. Yeah, they bounce all over the place, as you can see here, and well, I mean, you can still jump on them and kill them though. So. Anyway, one thing I also got to say about the zingers, though, and, I have to say, though, I never really liked the zingers. Well, actually, no, most especially in Donkey Kong 64. I gotta say, though, that the Zingers are absolutely terrifying in DK64. Well, mainly the ones that actually, we'll just go and swoop down on you. Well, I mean, I'll talk more about it once I eventually do get to that Let's Play. Spoiler warning, actually, we'll be doing Donkey Kong 64 as part of the marathon here, and that's gonna be the last one, though, so I will talk more about it, though. But, well, actually, I'll stop myself right there. I do want to talk about this level right here. This here is the Stop and Go station, and we have these guys right here. These are the Rock Rocks. And what they do is that, unlike all the other enemies that you see here, you cannot kill them. And what they do is that, we have this little mechanic here as the Stop and Go barrels. Once they're all unstopped, then all the Rock Rocks will stop, and they'll actually just crash down and go into their, in this fetal position or something like that. But once it's on a go, then they'll start running all over the place, and there is actually no stopping them, and they will even run into you, and they'll try to kill you too. But they always go into their own kind of patterns as well. So you want to make sure to actually just, hit the stop and go barrels to make sure they're at stop, and that way they're, you can actually be able to stop them in their tracks. But yeah, like I said, you actually cannot kill them, though. And I gotta say, though, they used to really creep me out when I was a kid. Because, like, the way their eyes are, like, they go on a, red eyes take warning and all that. And it's also the level where we are first introduced to these little, small little crocodile, well, these small little guys here. These are clap traps. And, well, the clap traps, they'll just keep running forward over to you. But you can actually just jump onto them, though. Just not exactly, well, you actually can't really roll into them, though, because if you try to roll into them, then, you actually die yourself, though. So you have to jump on them to actually be able to kill them. But one thing I do want to get out of the way, though, is that, so, like I said, the 100% completion is by going through all the bonus rooms. And yes, as you probably tell right about now, I'm actually showing off all the bonus rooms there is. And so that would actually mean that, yeah, I'm actually going to be doing 100% completion by going through all the bonus rooms in this game here. So that way there, I can actually get it here. I've never actually done a 100% run in this game, even when I played this as a kid. But, for the sake of the Let's Play, then, I'm gonna have to show them all off. And I will say, though, that this game can be very challenging about it as well. So, it's just a matter of just, finding the bonus rooms. But, that's actually what I plan to do, just do 100% completion for this. And to actually just show off all the bonus rooms in each of the levels. So, alright, so that's done. And so we have another one of the candy save points right here. So, we'll go ahead and save our progress. And I think for the next one we're going to be going to, so, I mean, I think the next one's going to be the, this temple level, I think it is. I mean, we'll see in just a sec here, so. No, that's Funky's Flights. We don't need Funky's Flights. Millstone Mayhem, there we go. So this right here is basically it's a temple level, so, so what it is, you'll be running to, some certain naughties, those beaver enemies. You'll actually see them inside these giant wheels in them, and, well, there's actually no way to kill them either, though, because, well, yeah, see, like these guys right here, so your only best bet is to avoid them, but because they're inside those wheels, and you can't really kill them. And this is also the level where we are first introduced to these big macho-like gremlins here. Those are called Crushas. And each of the Donkey Kong games, or at least the appearances for the Kremlings, they will always have these macho-type kind of Kremlings here. In this case, the Crushas. And so they are very tough. Diddy Kong cannot exactly kill them though, because like each time we do so, like he would try to jump on them, but then the Crush will actually laugh and it will actually be not affected at all. So if you're playing as Diddy, then you would have to throw or toss the barrels at them. But if you're playing as DK though, then because DK is very well tough, then you can actually be able to just kill the Crushers by jumping on them. So. Alright, so this one right here. So, after you collect all 3 of the animal buddy tokens, you'll be sent over to their own kind of bonus stages, where you actually have to go all over and collect as many tokens as you ever can, though. And you're under a time limit as well, so yeah, that's what you do. You just, you see all these little mini tokens all over the place, so you just collect as many of them as you can, and whenever you reach up to 100 or more, and depending on however many you collect, you'll be scoring a shit ton of lives. So, in this case, since I have 100, I'll be getting 1 extra life, but if I were to get, like, over 300 of those tokens, then I'll be getting 3 extra lives. So in this case, we have Ungard's bonus stage here, and it is a Sea of Blood. Wow, that must be a real high body count for how many you must have killed. Or actually, as a matter of fact, Sea of Blood. Oh, geez. Oh, well, I guess Moses must really be going overboard with, turning the sea into blood, so, yeah. I guess, it's just one way of just, attempting to let his people go, so... Anyway, so, yep, so I got over 200 tokens. That means I get 2 extra lives right here. So, yeah, this game can be pretty easy. Just like I was saying with Donkey Kong 94, this game can also be pretty easy with scoring a ton of lives here. And, yeah, that's how I'm, just playing as Diddy and having to kill those Crushas in that kind of method just by tossing those TNT barrels. So. Anyway, so I do want to go back to talk about the zingers. So I gotta say though, I never really liked the zingers, well, especially in Donkey Kong 64, the way they swoop down. And the reason being is because I don't know if I ever explained it to you guys in one of my previous Let's Plays, but I have such a real big morbid fear of wasps. Like I was really traumatized by one because because I actually got stung by one when I was 6. I mean, I didn't see it there, and I got stung by one on the foot. And I actually did see one that's pretty close up and learned about what they are. And ever since then, it actually really traumatized me so much, and I have PTSD from it. And even over 25 years later, that still has not gone away at all whatsoever. So even at this age, and I still get scared shitless from seeing a wasp up close though, because that PTSD that I had was very much. It was just awful, and it's just never gone away since then though. And I have to say though, again, I'll get to explain this when I do get to playing or get to doing a Let's Play DK64. But they're the kind of zingers that will actually swoop down on you, and I actually get scared shitless by seeing them though, and that's mainly because of my morbid fear of the of wasps. And that's actually what the zingers are based off of. They're not. A lot of people mistake them as bees though, but that's actually inaccurate though, because the zingers are actually based off of wasps. And the reason for that though is because according to the character designer for this game, Steve Mails, yeah, he's a character designer for Donkey Kong Country, and who also used to work at Rare at the time, alongside his brother Greg Mails, who was also the designer for this game as well. So from what he stated, he actually designed the zingers not only based off wasps, but also it's actually based on his own fear of wasps, because he also has this morbid fear of wasps, and I guess he might have gotten stung by one though. I'm not entirely sure though, but yeah, he also had this real morbid fear of wasps. So that's why he actually designed the zingers based off the wasps alone, but also on his own fear of them. So he's basically instilling his own fear onto us, myself included, who has huge PTSD from getting stung by wasps as well. But that's actually more to talk about when I do get to playing DK64. So it's very much like how Shigeru Miyamoto actually created the Chain Chomps based on him getting attacked by a dog once. So yeah, that's how they actually became one of the gamer's biggest fears. So anyway, so yeah, we're back here in Cranky's cabin. Just once again get verbally abused by him, and having to listen to his rants and all that though. And with the fourth wall practically never existing to him though. Yeah, that's actually where he's giving off one of the hints about the clap traps. Oh yeah, remember the original Donkey Kong thing? I'll go play that. See you later. Oh yeah, he's actually playing his own game, because like I said, Cranky was actually used to be the original Donkey Kong from the arcade before retiring became Cranky. So anyway, so boss time. This here is Necky to Nuts, and we have a Necky here. No, we're not exactly. No, it's not a sexual joke and all that though, with having to do Necky's nuts. We're really fighting off Necky's testicles here. Oh no, it's actually the edible nuts that he's shooting out here. So what we do with Necky here is that he'll actually just come out from each side of the screen, and what we have to do is that we have this tire here, and you have to just bounce off it, and you just jump on his head. You want to watch out for the giant nuts that he regurgitates out over at you. But once you actually get into a high enough height, then just jump on his head, and then that's how you actually take damage. He'll go a little too high though, and I wouldn't really be able to reach him though. Yeah, like just up in the upper portion of the screen. So I can't really reach up that high though, so I had to wait for a bit right here. I mean, some people were able to do it though, but I tried it, and well, I ended up getting killed in the process. So, but there we go. So that was it. That's all you had to do. So, like I said, the bosses in Donkey Kong Country, they're pathetic, I gotta say though. And there's also one particular boss that we'll be getting to later on, which, I mean, it's God, we'll talk about once we get to that here. So anyway, so our next stop is going to be in Vine Valley, and so that should be it for this episode here. So next time on Let's Play Donkey Kong Country, we're going to be going to Vine Valley. So until then, I'll see you guys later.